Good evening, everybody. Welcome. So thanks once again for taking the time to be with us as we celebrate the success of our mission, your dedication to our Dons, and the collective spirit of generosity that enables us to deliver the region's most formative educational experience for young men. Through your time, through your energy, through your investment, you have enhanced every aspect of the Loyola experience. From our campus, which serves as an ideal setting for the growth of young men, to innovative programming and the endless variety of offerings that help us deliver on the promise of serving our families in the proud Jesuit tradition. So beyond the many ways that you help to animate our mission, you've also opened the doors to the possibility of a Loyola education. Your support of the Loyola Fund, endowment, Greater Glory, and other scholarship programs enables us to ensure that every young man's burning desire to attend Loyola is met with the ability to see that dream to reality. You're here this evening because you have heard the call, and you have responded with an emphatic yes. You are generously committed to making a difference. And for that, I am personally humbled and most grateful. But it's also important for you to realize that our Dons, each and every day, respond to a call to be members of a community that care deeply for one another. So as part of our freshman orientation program, students are exposed to a variety of tried and true lessons and practices that help them to prepare for life as Loyola Dons. And one of the many lessons that Mr. Bob Schlichtig, our current Dean of Students, imparts is that Loyola Dons never let anyone eat alone. He shares with them that if you happen to be in the dining hall on any given period and you witness somebody in the community eating by themselves, either join them or invite them to join you. This falls right in line with the hospitality that was so important to the Loyola family. So if you look at this is part of the Loyola family seal, and a very important part of that seal were these two wolves at the cooking pot, symbolic of hospitality, that everyone is welcome at the table. So last year, great story. Last year, one of our middle school teachers, Sally Waller, comes up to me and says, "I've got to tell you a great story. They actually listen." I said, "Well, what's that story?" She said, "So I happened to be at the faculty lunch table, which is in the back left there, having lunch. She had just run from class. She was sort of probably in between lunch periods, and she's sitting down, grabbing a bite to eat, and she's sitting there by herself, probably enjoying the quiet after having taught 6th or 7th grade students and English and enjoying her time. And as she was enjoying her time, a freshman walks up and says, 'Can I join you for lunch?' And she says, 'Well, that's not necessary. That's okay. Go with your friends.' He said, 'No, Mr. Schlichtig said that if we see somebody eating by themselves, we should either invite them to join us or we should join them.'" It's a great story, a lot of humor around that story, but it really is symbolic of the types of young men that we have here, and there are countless examples of actions like that here each and every day, and also out in the community. I can't tell you how often I hear people say, "We could tell the Loyola Dons in the community because they hold the door for us, they shake our hand, and they make eye contact." And those are things that should not be taken for granted, nor should we take them lightly in terms of how important those skills are. So I'm so grateful to the entire Loyola community who commits themselves to the principles of Catholic Jesuit education, to give and not to count the costs, to labor, not to seek reward, to see God in all things and in all people. So 1 year ago, I stood before you and I announced a bold vision for the future of Loyola, a capital campaign to invest in our endowment, support operating revenue, and to construct a new innovative learning center which will house students in grades 6 through 8. So we set our sights on an ambitious fundraising goal of $27 million, and through the generosity of the Loyola community, I am honored to say that we not only met that goal, but we exceeded that goal. With just over $32 million committed in gifts and pledges, Ignite, the campaign for Loyola Blakefield, is our most successful campaign to date, and it is the largest for any Catholic middle or high school in the Archdiocese of Baltimore. So later this fall, we'll celebrate as a school community a groundbreaking and a blessing of the new Innovative Learning Center, a 48,000 square foot building featuring classrooms, laboratory space, art studio, and more. It'll also house a learning commons that will be a shared space for students in grades 6 through 12 to come together. We are projecting, God willing, to open the doors in the fall of 2021, and it will serve dawns of generations to come. And the success of our efforts is due in large part to all of you who are here today. You believe in what we do, and I would argue, and I hope that we can continue to make you proud of your investment in the future of Loyola. As a Jesuit institution, this is our charge, to move forward. Every few years, in particular when the Society of Jesus is preparing to elect a new superior general, they have a general congregation. During the general congregation 34, it was stated, quote, that mediocrity has no place in Ignatius's worldview. And that extends to Loyola Blakefield, where mediocrity does not reside, but instead a commitment to the Magis, boldly pushing us forward to embrace and explore new ideas and new frontiers. We are a mission on the move, one that animates itself in the classroom, on the field, on the stage, into Baltimore City, and in the surrounding region that we serve. But none of this great work happens without your generosity. So thank you. Thank you for your commitment to Loyola, but most importantly, thank you for your commitment to our Loyola Dons, who walk through this campus each and every day, and not 1 minute do they take the experience they have here for granted. They just don't. You could see it in their eyes. You could see it in their actions. And I will extend an invitation to all of you anytime you would like. Come on over for lunch. John Stewart is buying. But John and I talk about this all the time. Come on over anytime you want and have lunch. You don't have to have lunch with me or John. Have lunch with our Loyola guys. It'll be a great treat for you. So thank you again for that, and that is an open invitation, and I mean that sincerely. It's now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Bryce Young, a member of the class of 2020, who will share some reflections with you. Bryce?
Hello, my name is Bryce Young, and I am a senior here at Loyola Blakefield. First, I would love to thank everyone for attending tonight. I'll give you a little bit about myself. I arrived at Loyola Blakefield in the 9th grade, and I am no stranger to this place considering I'm the 5th person in my family to attend Loyola. So since as far as I can remember, Loyola has been an integral part of my life. I played here as a child, I watched my family excel here, and I grew up here. No matter how much time I spend here, though, I could never see myself attending the school. It just seemed like a place that seemed so far-fetched and like a dream to me that I didn't see myself going here till about 8th grade. It was towards the beginning of my 8th grade year, and I hadn't found a school that I fit at. I had shadowed Curley and Mount St. Joe, and while I loved those schools, they didn't seem like the perfect fit for me. I had 2 shadows day left, one at Loyola and one at Calvert Hall. In all honesty, I didn't even want to shadow Loyola for 2 reasons. The first being that a lot of my friends said that they were going to Calvert Hall, and I honestly wanted to meet them there. Secondly, the fact that my brother went there pushed me away. We had been going to school together our whole life, and I saw this as my chance to finally get away from him. Once I went on my shadow trip to Loyola, though, I knew that was exactly where I belonged. Right when me and my brother got home from shadowing, I told my mother that night that I needed to go here. It was exactly what I could see myself as, and I could see that my community was exactly where I need to be. The community, the classes with challenging but rewarding work, the beautiful campus, and the first day of school. I arrived on the scene thinking I was going to be the big man on campus. I felt so good about myself and thought I was going to be the king of the campus and everyone was going to know my name. Though I was quickly humbled by the curriculum and I was behind on, and the fact that I knew few to little to actually no people here. I started to think that my time at Loyola would be a train of failure that was never going to stop at any stations of success until the second week of the school year. My now best friend approached me in class and started to talk to me and introduce me to his friends. Just by him doing that small act, I made all of my friends that I had today that I think consider my lifelong friends that I think will be friends for the rest of my life. What drew me here to Loyola Blakefield was the community of how you could not know one person, and that even if you just never talked to him a day in your life, you could walk up to him and have a conversation like you knew him all your life. There's also this sense of spiritual growth, a better education, a better understanding of myself, and some of friends that were the greatest thing that would ever happen to me. I love Loyola Blakefield with all my heart, and once again, I thank each and every one of you for attending tonight, and I thank you for your generous donations. You have given me and many of my classmates and many of my fellow Dons a Blakefield experience worth a lifetime and memories that we will never forget. Thank you.
As if you ever doubted our guys. As if you ever doubted our guys. So my final privilege this evening is to present the 2019 Reverend James F. Salmon S.J. Award. This award is named in honor of former Loyola President Father Jim Salmon. And this award recognizes an individual or family within the Loyola Blakefield community who, through their generosity, has made a tremendous impact on our school. Father Salmon left an incredible legacy forged during his time as president of Loyola during the 1970s. The firm foundation he solidified is that which we continue to build upon today. And many of us who know Father Salmon, and either those of you who experienced that time during Father Salmon's presidency, I, having gotten to know him, feel that we would not be here today without the efforts of Father Salmon. Unfortunately, he's unable to join us tonight. He lives over in the Jesuit retirement home on Roland Avenue. Adam Trice spoke with him today. He just wasn't feeling up to it. And as he ages, I would ask that we all just keep Father Salmon in our prayers. He is a good man who continues to be as sharp as a tack, and we all still have much to learn from him. So this evening, I am pleased to present the second annual Reverend James F. Salmon S.J. Award to the Giulio family. So here this evening to accept the award are Lawrence, class of 1980, and his son, Brad, class of 2010. In addition to extensive service on our Board of Trustees, his continued service on our Buildings and Grounds Committee, and his leadership role in multiple capital projects, Lawrence is one of Loyola's most consistent and generous benefactors. In fact, Lawrence made his first gift to Loyola in 1980, the year that he graduated, and has been giving ever since. Again, he has demonstrated extraordinary consistency in support of Loyola, along with gifting his time, his expertise, and his talent. He has supported capital projects, endowed funds, and the Loyola Fund. And although Nancy is not here tonight, I would like to extend an expression of gratitude to Lawrence's wife, Nancy, for her dedication to Loyola and the many ways she has enriched our school community as well. So at the outset of this most recent capital campaign, Ignite, Lawrencegiulio, Lawrence's dad, who also is unable to be with us tonight, made a $500,000 gift to begin the Carl T. Giulio Endowed Scholarship Fund, which is at the center of his family's legacy. And this scholarship fund provides opportunities for young men to attend Loyola, making dreams come true. And tonight, I am pleased to share with all of you that the Giulio family has recently reinvested in the fund with an additional gift of $1.5 million. This scholarship fund will impact young men for generations to come, and we are most grateful to the Giulio family and their generosity. And for their personal and family commitments to Loyola and our Dons, it's my pleasure to honor the Giulio family with the 2019 Reverend James F. Salmon S.J. Award. Well, thanks again for being here. The night is still relatively young, so please enjoy some food, some drink, and some great conversation. Thanks again, and roll Don's roll. Thank you.